What's up, everybody? Hello, and welcome back to some more Vicky 3. As always, it's Sean here. Today, we'll be spinning the Wheel of Achievements to get us a new achievement to run. We just finished American territory, and let's see what's next on our plate for what we're going to be going for. Broken Promises. This is to play as Italy, I believe. Let's check our achievement list. As Italy, join diplomatic play against two or more of your allies. Interesting. I actually do like this idea. We can play a tall campaign as Italy. I'm going to go for egalitarian society just because I've never completed that. But to really finish the egalitarian, you need to start a slavery, I believe. So let's go for economic dominance instead. Are any of these have Italy as one option that we really like? Let's go for economic dominance. We'll select any country. And we are going to play as the Pope man, I believe. I think there's an achievement to form the Roman Republic as the Pope. So let's start as our man. In honor of the current Pope being very sick, we're going to play as Pope Gregorius Capillari. He is a theocrat. Though the political power of the Catholic Church has waned over the centuries, the Pope still presides over the Papal States. Does faith still rule the hearts of men? We shall see. We shall see indeed. We start with Rome, Umbria, and Romagna. That is all of our lands here. We do have, the very interesting about Italy is that you have Italian unification that you can get with Risorgimento. That sounds like I'm pronouncing it wrong, but whatever. Once we get nationalism, which of course is right here, you can now get the option to start unifying and supporting unification. And for that to happen, you need to have good relations with the nations that are unifying. And so most people will like us here. The only exception is going to be people like Tuscany, who won't really like us too much. So, Tuscany, by the way, starts with 8 troops. We start with a wonderful 7, so not enough to actually win anything. We do also have a free interest. So how do we want to play this? Do we want to be a closed borders, really expand internally papal state, or do we want to try out some different stuff? No power blocks want to join us. We could form one eventually. We're not powerful enough. We need to do something like form like this. Religious convocation could be cool. Clergyman, invest more. You get more political strength. You get more conversion. Unlocks divine economics. Religious convocation for power block statues, giving you bonus conversion and prestige. Interesting. If I were to run this, let's just take a look at it and see like what we would get here. Devotee trade route competitiveness. All can transfer from heathen subjects. Increase clergy oversight for different houses and stuff. Interesting. Boost the desire for same religion, impose same church and state law on power block members. Do we want to play like a full theocrat run here? Let's go and do a full theocrat run. I think that'll be interesting. And now where do we want to go with that? Do we want to focus internally? Do we focus externally? Definitely if we're going to be focusing on that kind of expansion, we should do external stuff. We aren't strong enough to actually do this power block yet, but we will form one eventually. We're going to be the League of the Faithful when we can. I can't choose one, of course, because we are... Why is this not an option here? I know we are it's because we're a minor power. We need to become stronger. That makes sense. Okay, so where do we start? Well, I'm going to choose to play tall for a little bit. And instead, we're going to direct our expansion efforts, I think, into this region of Africa. Now, the question is, do we go down here for Zulu, Transvaal, and Orange, or do we go up north? I think the best option here is to get involved in South Africa and Zanj. My target's going to be Gaza. You're going to want to build a little bit more of a naval power here. Let's filter by peasants, even though it's not normally the best way. And I just want to get up to, I think, 10 of these. Right off the bat, get 10. Before I do that, though, we don't have any construction sectors. We should fix that. Let's go ahead and build 2 of these in Lazio. We are going to check our production methods, and we'll adjust this a little bit. Do we have anything that we are in a shortage of or that needs to be fixed right away? Probably will need to import things like tools, clippers, and what have you. So we will get friends with, I believe the Austrians are good guys to get in touch with right at the start here for us. And we'll kind of go wherever is valuable. I like the idea of going for Leith, but we also want to get nationalism. But we don't need to get nationalism right away. If we get Leith, we have access to the sea on all of our places, so nothing really is too important here. Napoleonic warfare could be good for mobile artillery, but I don't think it's going to matter to people we're fighting right at the start of the game. I think we go for that. I think we go over here to get public schooling as fast as possible. Then we're going to hit probably banking, stock exchange, mass communication, and nationalism. Reevaluate once we hit those points. These could be more important than some of those, but we will see for now. Economy-wise, we are balanced taxes. We are going to have a ton of authority because we have some special buildings that we'll look at in a second here. Services will definitely be a tax. We're also going to tax wine. This is probably an obsession of our populace here. Let's take a look. Can I see that? So I probably should be able to see that. If we go South Italian, they're obsessed with wine. You can see their homelands. You can see their status. And they're technically struggling. How is our demands for goods and things? We have short of chairs. We have short of clothes. Short of tools. Short of other things. Most of those will fix themselves. Do we have a shipyard? We don't. Let's build one shipyard. Let's build one tooling industry. And then we probably want to invest a little bit into our clothing and furniture production here. I know it says you lose money, but that will most likely change. So we're just going to queue that stuff up for now. No guarantee we finish all of them. Political lobbies, we only have the Curia. We don't vote, I believe. We are an oligarchy, so we're going to throw in everybody. And we have a national militia. Interesting. I want to go dedicated police force right away. Tenant farmers, traditionalism, not the best. But we do have religious schools and charity hospitals. It's actually a pretty decent start for us. So with that being said, it probably also does change the schema, because if we already have some kind of schooling, I probably don't need the, what's the thing we were going for? The thing to get to public schooling. I don't need that, probably. So what is this difference for this? Because 50% education access, 100% conversion, 50% strength. What does public school get at its highest? This is public health. Show me public school. Is it actually better than religious schools? 12% education access, so you get another 2%. Okay. So it's better, but this fits with our playstyle. So we're going to keep the religious stuff and not go to public. We'll just make up a really strong Catholic clergy, which means we might not be super advanced, but that's fine. Okay. We need to do our religion things and our rights. Let's try to get friends with Austria. Let's get friends with Two Sicilies. Let's get friends with Sardinia, Piedmont. We're just going to make friends with as many of the Italians as we can, knowing that we'll probably just keep Tuscany as a rival and then clean them up later. Parma. Anyone else in this thing that I feel like I should care about? Probably not. Okay. So, our current situation here, since we are actually using... It's tough. Since we are using volunteers, I probably should get that set up, but for now, let's just not worry about it. It won't really matter. We're going to attack Gaza right away and then use this to get control over this region. I forgot they are guaranteed at the start of the game by your lovely little GB guy, which was a big part of the problem with taking this region over. We'll do 7 infamy here. Man, this, they don't have an army, they don't have a navy. It'll take a while for me to get all the way over here. No one wants to get involved. We have a shortage of iron, that is expected. And will probably be a problem for us. Do we have access to iron? We do. Let's put this at the queue. Probably, honestly, above everything except for that. Thank everybody, we are. There's our war. Scrap the current draft. We're going to send our naval invasion over here, and we're going to leave that army stationed over there. Let's get a second army, by the way. We'll go and make it in Rome. It's going to be our Swiss Guard. And there you go. There you go. We take on our region. They need to have a port built there. We will build that port eventually. First things first, I want you to get stationed here and stay here. Same with the Pontifica. Cool. They're all stationed there. And can we fight Transvaal? Let's go ahead and make a save here and see if pre-war. Override our old pre-war save. And let's just see if we can do a heat check here and conquer this region. I want to own this directly. Eventually we'll probably give it to a subject, but for now, this is papal land. This is the Pope land. Okay. I also want to probably invest a little bit into our military here. So let's just do 10 of this. We'll do 10 of you. Let's actually do 20 of this. We'll do like 5. There you go. It's a 35 stack army. All right, Great Britain does side with them, which is a shame. What does Great Britain want? Nothing. We'll just see what happens. Can they send? Are they sending people to the front again, or they can not do that? They can do that. Well, we're just gonna get the Swiss Guard. We're gonna throw some people there. Probably can't afford what I'm doing here, but we'll make it work. Mobilize conscripts. Mobilize. We're gonna take a little bit of debt here. Military wages will be expensive. Trade with the Ottoman Empire. Probably should decline that. Let's see if we win this fast enough where I don't care about what's going on here. The debt's going to be a killer, but if we just win fast, we'll be fine. Okay. There we go. That's the war goal. And we should have peace in our time. They are getting naval invaded. We have a little bit of stuff to defend it, but we are already out. And there we go. Okay, so by that logic, we can't attack Orange. If we attack Orange, we are going to get probably viciously got by the powers that be. And when I say that, I mean they're going to have a coast here with Cape Colony. Unless Cape Colony, yeah, they are getting involved in wars, so. Well, though, if we attack them, thinking of this through, if we attack them, normally they don't call their colonies in unless we're really unlucky. Which we could just be really unlucky. It wouldn't surprise me, per se. Is that gonna... Are they not gonna embargoed? No, they should trade... Oh, it's because we got our coasts raided. Is why that's happening. Our convoys suck. Do we not have any ports? We do. We need to build one over here, too. Let's probably move you up in the queue. There's a lot of people over here that could really benefit from getting us market access here. Our credit is going up. I want to cut that down. I also need to be smart and use my authority, don't I? Okay, well. Right now we are building in Lorenco. We will go ahead and throw out a wonderful road maintenance over here. This state is going to have extraction focus. Actually, that's a lot of arable land. Can't really staff it right now, but that's going to be some good land. You're going to have a resource focus, I know for a fact. We'll just keep that running while we can. And likewise, these other regions, you're going to probably... For now, we'll do resources here. Where are you? Right there. Let's do greener grass in all of these. We're going to do social mobility as well, as we can. And manufacturing here. By the way, the reason we have so much authority is because we start with the Vatican. The Vatican gives us a lovely 100% 100 authority, 100 influence, and bonus power for our clergy, so we are going to be clerically dominated, which is fine. Did they have characters here? They did not. We do have an extra army here. This is going to be our African Corps. Alright, we'll call it Legion here, since we are in some way, shape, or form Roman. Any of you have an ideology I care about? Let's just throw in Persistent Man. We're going to let our things tick down a little bit, but the Zulu are next on our chopping block here. We also do want to try to make friends with GB once we can. Port here is going to be crucial for that. We're still getting blocked on a lot of our trade routes here, huh? Let's get tools. Like I said, be able to trade with the British. We're going to do the Prussians instead, since they won't be blocking. Why are you inactive? We have the convoys. There we go. Okay. Let's do it from the British. Austrians, and we'll do over here, we'll do... No one's gonna get us that for profit. It's a pack from Austria, that sounds lovely. Alliance with 2 Sicilies, we will take that as well. We are gonna probably want to host their power block system once we have enough funds to do so. We're going to look at power in Africa as our solution here. All right, make a little bit of money. We're going to lose a lot of it here. We don't play an incredible amount in interest. We play a little bit. I also need to throw a military port in our list of things here. It'll take a little bit, but it's worthwhile. Speaking of, probably another iron mine. Let's just throw it in Umbria. Are you fully staffed? You are. Gold's been discovered. Spread the word in Transvaal. This helps me pay for everything. Does resource production affect the gold? I don't think it does. Standard of living. Let's get the standard of living here. Helps with radicals anyway. 5 years to incorporate this, but I don't think I want to spend the money. Eventually, we're going to get rid of this. It might be years from now, but it's still, you know, not something I want to have here. So what does this actually give? If we were to take a look and see. Does mines count our gold fields? Would love to see. This is our productivity. It does affect your gold output, which is why we're making profit here. Very good to see. Okay, cool. All right, with that in mind, I think we can fight Zulu. Though I would feel better if we can get some military might invested here. We do already have 2 million GDP, so we are competitive with the other greater powers in the region. Need arts academies to patronize romanticism. I should try to prioritize getting some of those done. We should have access to dyes, I believe. We do. Let's build one in Lorenco. Speaking of this, we can bump back our taxes. Gonna pay off the debt slowly, but eventually we'll pay the government wages again. Taxes are more important though, because they affect, of course, our radicals. We do have a high count of those. I do also want to invest a lot into law enforcement, because I can. It's from Sardinia to Piedmont. I will accept. Some friends in Italy are always nice. You, sir, have guaranteed independence from some of our lovely friends here. Could get trading with you if I wanted to. I don't think we need it right now. I think it makes more sense for us to go ahead and do this attack here. Making sure you're not protected. You are not. We're going to conquer your state directly for a lovely 6 infamy. It's not a ton, but it's enough. Raise conscripts, get to the front, and we're going to take this one navy here. Not all my armies. I need this army here. Let's make sure we're upgrading where it makes sense to upgrade, by the way. Infantry is our current stat here. Who's not upgraded? We will upgrade everybody. It's probably our horses or some shit. We will have some shortages, but we'll fix those as time goes on. Mainly it's the Navy. We're going to do a naval invasion here to win this front. Alright, you, sir, are going to host everyone from this region here. It's 5 troops. No one should get involved against us. Could call them in if we wanted to, but we really don't care. Not passing a law. We should probably correct that. We'd love to go for cultural exclusion. Let's go for it. Cost us some authority. Upside is we get a little bit other things back here. Our shipyards should be using cargo ports. They are. They are indeed. Next naval base is done. This army's not here. It's going to take them a while to get here. We need to delay this front real quick. Just enough time for this army to arrive. Good. Okay. Now you, get off the front. Take your fleet. Took them forever to fucking get there. That's on me. I should have been prepared for that faster. But the African Legion will win this. You are a disappointment. You don't have enough manpower, I assume, is what that means. Should be getting this back. There we go. Privilege with Austria, that sounds great. Peasant Pop Attraction sounds great as well. They can now get that trade agreement. I think we will accept that. Makes them a good trade partner for us. We aren't really doing too much trade with them, but we can stand to profit from doing a little bit more of that. Namely in places like tooling, which I should be building more of that. Where is our Austrian friends? So let me just reiterate, what does a trade agreement get us? Eliminate tariffs and bureaucracy costs of trade routes. Ah, okay. So the bureaucracy cost does make sense. That actually does make a ton of sense. If we don't pay bureaucracy for the trade routes between the two nations, then we should trade everything we possibly can with them. And just let it kind of do its thing. You know? Don't see it in the list here for some of these. So that makes sense. Let's just do that everywhere. And some of these will probably export them eventually, but for now this is fine. Trade unions join the Anti-Austria Society. We can lose a little bit of relations with them. We have enough. And we'll win this front here soon enough. There is Zululand, a wonderful, bounteous, arable land collection of places that we will benefit from. Culture exclusion is slowly passing. That is nice. Orange is still guaranteed. We still need to be concerned about your opinion of us. Negative 13 is not a good level to be at. But oh well. We will deal. Our GDP grows. We still have some excess authority. The guaranteed independence here makes it scary to attack these guys, but we have another target. We call it War Sangali. Could fight Portugal, could fight the Marina Kingdom. They still have a lot of flotillas, though. Enough to make it a very annoying fight in the first place. You are traveling to Italy. I want you to come back over here. You should stay in this region. Our Swiss Guard can defend Italy well enough. That should be coming off very slowly. We'll keep our current expenses the way they are until that is done. And let's go ahead and get involved with... I still think Vercingetorix is the best bet here. Get us a little 2 infantry. Is this mutual? Oh, it's foreign investment rights. I don't want to do foreign investment rights. You can invest in my country, but I want to be able to invest in yours. It goes both ways. They are 100 reasons away. Here is a war that I expect will probably get us called in. What's the best way to do this? This is for German leadership. A lot of small guys. This was expected. We knew this was coming. It's a downside of allying Austria. They probably they do call us in. We get investment rights. That's great. There we go. So now we can invest in their country. Awesome. That's worth joining for. 100% worth joining for. Even if we don't do anything in the war, like, we're still going to get rights to invest in their country. Which is massive. Production has increased. Other things are going on. There's a front here. We could technically invade Ostbrufen. In fact, we probably will. There's Papal Somaliland. Welcome. They do have a port. They do have other stuff. We're just going to go ahead and reset states if we need to. Anywhere that does not have good enough access needs to have a port and queue. This navy here, I want you to just come and do a naval invasion over here. Open up at the front. Hopefully you can get Austria to be powerful very fast. So open a front that's going to probably be a killer effect here. Especially considering our guys are technically losing. We're going to play the acceptive church, or at least try to, as much as we can. Military wages are expensive. Oh, there goes our navy. Push the front. Boop. And that should be our third one. Here comes the more. We've taken close to their capital. Brandenburg is the capital. They're going to need to defend until we get some help on this front here. If we get some help on this front. We're not getting any help on this front. Good luck, gentlemen. Alright, cultural exclusion is going to fail. That is fine. We go for race segregation instead. Alright, Austria's going to lose this. That means they're not going to be the German unification candidate. That's fine. We also do want to get the northern region of Italy under our control, though, so I don't hate the idea here. Well, people really don't like us to be acceptive of minorities here in Italy. Who would have thought? Okay, we do have investment rights in their country, which is cool. We'll keep those. Didn't think Austria would suck this much. They, like, just fell apart. Like, what's going on with them? Bet you there's 17 defending this. Oh, there's not. There goes Lip, and there goes Austria. Okay, so they've been humiliated and they gave up German leadership. That doesn't really impact us a ton. I mean, it sucks, because it would be nice to have a stronger friend, but that hopefully means we won't get dragged into German leadership wars again and again and again and again and again and again and again. I can hope. Let's go ahead and cut any unproductive routes. Do need a source of war machine. We're building the military shipyards right away, so that will help. I'm going to cut our taxes up a little bit just so I can help pay off our debt a little bit. Get this 2K down, and then we'll deal with things as they go. Good, Rich. Do we have enough use for our festival? We do not. We need to build more here. Build 3 of these in Lazio. It's going to be expensive. It's going to cost us money, but we want our investment pool to be going down. We want to always have capacity there. I'm also not expanding my infantry right now, so we should go and do that. Using our wonderful army over here in this region. Bam, bam, boom. 4th army and the African Legion probably need to be combined together. Let's also make sure you guys are on this front. And here we go. The losses are climbing. We need to pay off this debt. Our military is very expensive because we don't have production of our own goods here. So I definitely need to go and build ourselves an artillery foundry. Let's just do one in Lazio. And one also in... Show domestic, please. Lazio too. Our lack of ports is hurting us too. Okay. You stay here. I need you to take out, both of these regions. Use a little bit more of me, that way I can actually keep this up and running. 13, what is so expensive, man? Oh, it's because we upgraded our construction capacity. I am expensive is what it is. Okay. Well, raise our taxes. We gotta deal with this. We also, I'm not paying attention to it, but we need to have more importing of this stuff. Let's get some from the Ottomans. What's the second fucking front here? Well. Where's our navy? That's a mistake on my part here. You have regulars. Okay, we should win this. Do an invasion. Push this first, please. There goes our navy. And I need to really cut back on the interest payments. I always do this. I always end up getting too large with my construction here. Industrial support sounds good. I need to get some kind of voting laws in here. Maybe like landed voting. Most of you guys are marginalized, but landed voting would make people happy. There goes minting. See, whenever we're taking this land directly, it's harder to control because you don't have, what's the word? We don't have... I'll find it eventually in my brain. I can't think of it. We don't get diplomatic expenses. Those kinds of things. We don't get those from the land. We're in Somaliland. Gondor's also going to have a problem. Those are going to kind of just need to deal with it for some time. Trade routes, national buildings. Yeah, those are all going to cause us some money. Those movements is fine. I need to invest in other stuff here. Things like our government administration would really much help us in Lazio. 2 of these. Get the artillery, please. Okay, our interest is going to really start killing us. And probably honestly cut back on the investment pool growth. Back down to 3. Yeah, our interest rates payments have now cause me irreparable harm. Irreparable damage, but we'll pay it off. What can I do to fix this? Well, easy out would be new taxes, but they don't really give us enough here. Don't need the prestige right now, that's fine. You know what else would be really nice? We have soil enrichment wherever it's possible. Let's grab those. We are going to need access to more import routes, but that's money we can be made. Austria doesn't cost us bureaucracy. Let's get that running, and we'll also get depressions here. We've fixed that problem. We should have our own shipyard here. Is our shipyard not making money? If I stop... Okay, so I need to stop trading for things that I can produce myself. Especially at like really short productivity values. Like this should be very profitable iron mine. It is. We need tooling though. Our tooling workshop, are you staffed? You are staffed. You need iron to make tools, make iron to make tools, make iron to make tools. Okay, that makes sense. Okay. Well, in that case, stop all those imports of those. Get this off my screen. What is high cost in our market here? Clothes, iron, and tools. Well, it's our tooling workshop staff. It's hiring. You're also staffed. I want 2 more of you. Right away. Do we have multiple textile mills? We do. Most of it not in our nation. Which I'm now seeing. Could cut military expenses a little bit to save some money. There's a war here that I can get involved in. Could take a jet. Is it Egypt's on this? Egypt's on it means we don't get involved. Fourth Papal Army, you sound like a part of the African Legion if I've ever seen one. Speaking of African Legion, I probably want to get them stationed up here. Are you still getting independent supporters? You're not. You should be free for me to take. Conquer Verstadt. I'll take the Penifemy. We have the African Legion here for a reason. Don't need any help here. We will take it directly. We'll lose some money here, but I need to make ends meet, very much so. Our segregation will help us. It's also going to cut into our authority. Red Maintenance and Lyrical Milk can go away for sure here. Don't need that shit. I think the iron mines will help. You just don't have the manpower to do much here. Go ahead and stop. Fin this front. They want war reps. They can try. Oh, you need to attack. Over here, able invade. Okay. Get our success chance. There's Verstadt. Messy, but we got it done. Cool. Alright, so we want us to pass National Guard. We'll throw it in the queue. Duel against a moderate and a moderate. You can lose some popularity. Could reform the government. I want to get some kind of election law to help give me a sign of where we need to go. We are still losing a ton of tax waste here. Where's our lowest tax capacity? Let's get 1 or 2 of these in Romagna. Speaking of, are we actually staffing things properly? Also, okay, we're getting nationalism. Probably desperately need to grab atmospheric engine pumps, railways. Those both will be very impactful to our nation. Our interest payments are killing us slowly. That's my own damn fault, though. African Legion kind of sucks. What's remaining from national buildings? Government dividends, mostly from vineyards and plantations and shit. Let's also check our textile mills. It's all in Romagna. So who owns one? One's owned by us directly. You also over... Yeah, all these guys are over capacity of infrastructure. We'll need to get railways to support them. One second. Okay. Sorry about that. My girlfriend texts me. And I've learned throughout my life not to leave a woman waiting. That's where bad things happen. Okay. So what do we go do? What do we do now? Well, petite bourgeoisie, they don't tend to like us too much. Foreign manifesto. Let the peasant movement gain some traction here. How are our political movements? Some nationalists, some pluralists, some animist rights. Most of these guys are pissed off. If we can get the race segregation passed, they'll be fine. This law's been passing for quite a while. Let's get legitimacy for our country. That seems good. I could swap out the armed forces for these guys. Let's do it. Keep them a little bit happier. Our armed forces are fine. So let's fix our market problems here. I haven't been really paying too much attention to this. We are going to get some furniture incoming in. We need some porcelain. We need some fertilizer. And we need some luxury clothes. Well, the best way to do that is to get a second population base where I can go and add those shops. I like the social mobility. Social mobility's probably been helping us. We're at 40% literacy, which is very good. So steel process, that's for process for steel mills. Don't yet have steel mills. 9 months till nationalism. Did we get all the stuff in this strata? We did, so we're not actually taking any hits here. We're at 4 million GDP. There's racial segregation. That is good. Well, it's better. I don't want to say it's good. Let's get landed voting. That way we have some kind of voting system in place that will help us too. Starting to pay off our debt, which is nice. Even if it's just pennies at a time here. Yeah, nothing super valuable for cheap we could tax. Maybe luxury clothes, but not worth taxing, really. All right, I want to keep expanding. Where is our target for expansion? Well, Link Majeurteen's a good target. So is Galetti. Both of these don't have the most value. Barana would be a better option in terms of pure value here. So let's go and attack Barana. We're going to conquer your states. We are going to send our Italian army over to here. I need to start stationing our African Legion in Papal States. Let's see how we do. These guys don't yet have... How's Shewa? Shewa's the part in the region we have to really be cautious of. Do you still have irregulars? You do. We need to fight Shewa soon. I also want to start making friends with Egypt, I think. Speaking of Shewa. Let's call my ally in, and we are going to go ahead and go for a second conquer state. We're going to take all of Shewa and Amhara. Egypt's involved. Well, that is so very fun for me. Well, I want the Swiss Guard available in case these guys get some ideas about coming and attacking us. Get all military units. The African Legion, I want you mobilized here. Should get assistance from our lovely friends over here. Egypt shouldn't be able to get to here. Egypt's going to rally at the very last moment, which is fine. Once you attack Shewa first. It's the classic case that we just need to hold long enough to get things by. If just wants a trade agreement, I will take it. So many fronts. This front's going to get absolutely annihilated and defend. Faith knows no borders. War reps for Rana. We will restore it. Bam. Faith knows no borders. We have Resorgimento, Bobo. Whatever this is called, Resorgimento. We have this. We can encourage unification sentiment. So there's an achievement we can go for. I want to just get this down here. Become the Roman Republic and then form Italy. How the fuck do I do that? I'll have to Google how to become the Roman Republic. It probably requires some stuff. We'll Google it at the end of the episode. We'll get a handle on what we need to do here. We're going to get pushed back in the north viciously, but if they hold long enough, we can just win in the south and the war will be over. See, like right there, they are moving to this front. There's Papal Amhara. How are you able to get to this front line? How are you able to do that? Okay. Tony Piedmont's offering military assistance to us. Modena wants a trade agreement. These two are going to need to be put into... There we go. There's our push. Swiss Guard, I want you to come over here. I want my navy to be back in Italy to defend us. There's still 50 troops here. I just need to get... Could just white piece this right away. Damn, we're gonna lose this. Well, we're gonna at least get to truce. There's nothing we really get out of this from keeping it alive. Just gotta knock Egypt out. There's an Ottoman war. Which means they're probably going to go away. There goes Egypt. Man, Shea was fucking tough. And the mountains too, man. That's just... We'll just white piece this. Get us out of here. Okay. A little bit rough. A little bit feisty, but whatever. We can do what we want in this region. We now have a truce with Shewa. If they come to attack us again, we should be fine. It did cost us some money, which is our main expense there. So we have some pop-ups that I've been ignoring. Police brutality, we will accept the shift. Same over here. So what does this do? What is the progress here? These 24% related to the seizure of the papal government by pan-Italian revolutionaries in a democratic republic. So by having radicals, I bet you we can form it if we get radicals formed. That must be what we need to do. We need to get radicals by having... Well, our warpath will get us radicals too. And that'll accomplish kind of what we're looking to do here. Are these actually losing money, or is it just because of my lack of convoys from the war? I bet you it's because of my lack of convoys, which is also probably why we ended up losing, if I really think about it. So I want to have some kind of luxury good production. So what we're going to do is we're going to come over here. We're going to say our small one in Umbria, you make a crap showing. And same over here. The small one in Umbria gets to do luxury furnitures. Next to silk, we probably can build a silk plantation somewhere. We can. Let's throw that in Lazio. Probably going to have a Pebrian epidemic later on, if I had to take a guess. And our convoys are really killing us. So I need to start building more ports and things to deal with that convoy shortage. That's going to be a consistent problem that we're going to face. And I probably do want to start... At this point, I think we need to pay off our interest pool. It's a lot. So what I'm going to do is we're going to finish this furniture manufacturing. We're going to build up a bunch of these construction centers in Umbria. And we are going to actually stop constructing and let them burn through our investment pool while we pay off our debt. I think that will work. Egypt's going to fail in this war. That is my prediction. Port connection. So is it just... Is that our resting value? Is our resting value that shit? Let's fix that. 184 is terrible. It makes sense why we're having all this problem here. And I still have this fucking... Oh, yeah. I need to... Okay. We start with things we can export. British is fine. Austria, we don't have... We have a trade agreement with you, so that's really good. Alright, let me go back to this. So we have Austria... Austria, where is the Modena? We don't actually get money from that. Dies to none of these guys. If there's room for growth, there's room for growth. We have a Sicilian as we do have agreement with. We have the... It's Modena and two Sicilies. Modena and two Sicilies. Sicilian... Don't see the Modenans. Sicilian. Austrian. Okay. See how that adjusts? We also need to go to another war. If our African Legion could actually staff their armies, they'd be pretty strong. They just can't. Credit the industrialists. They don't like us right now. Well, actually, they do like us, even though we are doing limited voting. It's because you have a protectionist in charge of you. Alright, I want to attack Sidamo. Austria offers us money. We will accept. The Ottomans are winning now. Or losing, I should say. Gojam sided against us. Well, I'll take that state too. Let's call in our ally. Wello. I can't get to Gojam. Well, that's a mistake. Oops. Waste my infamy. See, our ports aren't really mattering. We have like a shortage of shit. Like, why is our... Let's tax luxury clothes. Help us out a little bit here. Alright, so this should let us pay for some stuff here. One more, we can actually... It's going to cost us a lot of money, but if we do one more of these, we can actually get through our investment pool, which is good. We'll just get the piece here. Let's fight Kaffa next. We're going to keep just taking this region here. So they're going to have Wello on their side. Okay. How is my African Legion doing? There is, of course, the usual trick. We're going to do a wonderful conquer state. And we're going to call on our ally again. He wishes us to invest in them. We're going to pay off our debt. We're still getting our construction use. Need to keep an eye on where we have poor connections and where we are suffering. We are suffering in a lot of places. You get there in time. You do get there in time. Barely. Win both sides. I want a colony. No, neither of those are good for us. I would hope for like a Transvaal, where we have some gold mining stuff. Did you really fail? I feel like our laws are just not coming together here. There's a thing in Gondor? Didn't realize that. Alright, I want this interest to go down, but our investment pool should still also go down too. Which is why I need to just build some more in Lazio. Somaliland needs 2 of these. That's going to be expensive. Oh well. It's a fine line here. Like, is it better to do controlled growth, or is it better to just lob it at the wall, get the expenses out of the way, and then reconcile, you know? It's hard to say. It's hard to say, but we have built a beautiful nation. Which argues that we need to get more radicals in our society. We're taxing everyone to hell, so, like, theoretically that should happen organically. We also should probably get some kind of unity stuff, right? We have 7 million GDP. We are the largest Italian nation. So theoretically, if they like us, we should start getting control over a lot of this land. you know. Let me try to get a rival or two. Like, Chile doesn't matter, Greece doesn't matter, Serbia doesn't matter. We'll get rivals there. I would like to ditch the rivalry with you. And I want to improve with you. No reason for us to stay enemies, my friend. We could surely come to some kind of equitable arrangement. So any Piedmont wants a trade agreement with us, I would agree. Tuscany, have you ended your rivalry? No, you're going to keep it. I want to make friends with you. That was an interesting little pop-up we had. Okay, you want multi-core. We can't really do anything about that, huh? Well, we're going to have this lovely little sound serenading us as we try to play the damn game for a little bit. Can't do much about that. Text terminal throughput in Amhara. These are all in Amhara. Actually, we're going to get rid of the Amhara. Let's get loyalists here. Okay. I still wonder if the approach I'm taking with our investment pool is the right way to do this. I think if we can get this down to where we're not paying 16 interest, I'll cut it back to size and we'll keep our construction. But right now, it just doesn't... go ahead and just get the servicemen to lose a little bit here. You need to pay off the debt. That isn't a must. You have to pay off the debt. We're using our investment pool. This is the best way to pay off the debt, is by having excess investment being funneled into here. We're still growing, even if not directly. It just works better this way, I think. Oh, they got rid of our investment agreement. Why not? They have protective relationships towards us, okay. Let's lose some authority, that's fine. Let's make sure the big boys in the region appreciate our efforts here. Also, Prussia's going to be very strong. Theocrat and moderate, you can just both lose. Who are you? You're a land reformer. I didn't realize we had a land reformer. This is the high taxes causing us problems here. Could get an obligation from Shewa, or I could just do neither. And let them kind of decide their own stuff. Okay. More loyalists, or we lose a theocrat in turn for legitimacy. Legitimacy's pretty fine. We'll get the loyalists here. Okay, I need more unrest. 25. We have 56k radicals. If we get 25% of our population to be radicals, we will get the government to be seized, which I think is what we need to have happen. We're going to work on that. Our taxes will eventually do it ourselves. We can kind of just let that go, I think. But for now, I'm Cosmo here. If you enjoyed, I've been Sean Sluiskers. As always, I'll catch you in the next one. Later.